Namaste, viewers. Welcome to Jaipur Dialogue USA. I'm Vibhuti Jha, talking to you about Trump's return on Musk's X with a real big bang. Before I get going with that, please like, subscribe, and support our channel. Give your feedback and support every which way possible. Now, we all know that. I don't know whether you had the chance to watch it, but I was. I did go on the, I did, I was able to log on despite the delays and the disturbances that were going on, and which Mr. Biden, which Mr. Musk talked about the DDoS attack. You know that it is the defense. It is the attack that is a cyber attack to derail some process. Let's get back to the issues at hand. The biggest issue that came about that it has one of the largest viewership of 988 million views so far. That's the data that was given. Now, important part, a few things very critically important. Trump was banned by Twitter once upon a time, but it was known as Twitter then, and now X, after he was ejected by Twitter leadership of those days, that name called Parag Agrawal and Jack Dorsey and others. They ejected him for lying, right? And if that standard were to be followed, there will be so many politicians will have to be ejected from Twitter. But Trump returned. Some people say he returned because he was of, falling election numbers. No, but that's not the point. In election time, you use every platform that is available to you to advance your candidacy and issues with policies. And that's what Trump did because Musk offered him one. And incidentally, Musk, after investing $40 billion, he privatized X so that it is he who is the owner of it. And he set the agenda and he set the platform for the right of center viewpoints. And Musk has gone on record by saying that he will fight hard to show and demonstrate that there will be approximately 800,000 votes gathered for Trump in battleground states, which will be the key election outcome for whoever wins the election in a few months' time. Now, a couple of things that are very important. One of the things that the opponents, the Democratic Party opponents and their chamchas, if I may use the word, use the phrase that, oh, Trump was losing and this platform is right of center. It was lies, 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 and lies about Trump. But hey, where was the lie? What was the lie? They don't ever elaborate on that. They talk about a difference of opinion as a lie. So if I don't agree with you, that means I brand you as a liar. See the point? That's the gameplay that Democratic Party is indulging in. And let's kind of look at this way. Each one has a point of view. We live in a world in which politicians and academicians, economists, climate change, everybody disagrees. There are always two camps on any point of view. So does it mean that if you do not agree with somebody, you are lying? But the lies and obfuscation happens in a very remarkable way. But let's pay one very significant importance to this. How the leftist, socialist, Marxist, Islamist agenda proposed by EU chief, who said that the Musk must censor Trump's interview. Now, my question came about: how do you censor something that you know nothing about? That means you're telling him not to allow Trump to speak. So you saw the whole show. What was there to be censored? Nothing at all. Nothing at all. And that's what is critical here. That EU chief cautioned and wrote a letter to Musk to censure Trump. In the entire interview, there was nothing that was deserving of a censor. You can disagree with the point of view, but you cannot say he lied. So let's take one example. Mr. Trump said that had he been the president, there would have been no war in Ukraine or Israel. Now, people will say, oh, he's so close to Putin. He's so close to North Korea chief. It is so deplorable that he's talking to enemies. But as the saying goes, in leadership, you have to talk to everybody. There has to be space for dialogue, negotiation, discussion, and debate. If you do not, war is the only option. But if we know one thing for fact, that during Trump tenure, 2016 to 2020, there were no new wars started by Trump. None. On the contrary, he negotiated the closure in Afghanistan, which was botched up so remarkably, so sadly, so unfortunately by the Biden administration. We know that. And we know how the Ukraine war started. We know how Israel is in a mess. That's on Democratic Party watch. So Trump is very justified in making a claim. He can make a claim that had he been the president, there would be no wars because he had proven it in his own term. Let's take another part, that how, immigration, for example, how Kamala Harris has turned the corner, so to say, if I may say. She has had an awakening from being a woke, in the sense that she adopted Trump's uh, Trump's recommendation that there will be no tax on tips for restaurant and other places. Very interestingly enough, Kamala Harris is also talking about the same. And in a very interesting way, when you saw the Twitter feeds, CBS complained about that Trump is talking about no tax on tips will lead to a loss of billions of dollars in tax revenue. But when Kamala Harris said that, the same news agency talked about how it will help the poor and low income category people. Now you know where the lie is, where the manipulation of messaging is. This is very important again. The other part is perhaps what is most important here is that for the first ever time, Trump has returned to the Twitter, and he is definitely going to expand the millions of subscribers that he has. He has another platform to reach out to his voters or independents or anybody for that matter. He has access to that database now. Now you can say Musk is anti people, but that is freedom of speech, right? And here is very important part. When the EU chief and others who are crying that Trump is lying, nobody is able to prove the lies as such. Difference of opinion is not canceling freedom of speech, not lying. So here is another very important issue. Kamala Harris, who was appointed as czar of the immigration problem which began to happen, never went to the border, perhaps only once. And in a very nonchalant, rather sad manner, when she was asked, "Why haven't you been to the border?" her response in a rather cavalier manner was, "Oh, I haven't been to Europe either." So your problem, our problem on the southern border of influx of millions of people who are coming, those who are in America, they would know, and those who are not in America would also know that if you suddenly have hundreds, thousands of cars on a particular roadway, what is going to happen? Chaos and confusion. That's what is the problem. Nobody is against immigration. This is what the Trump agenda is. This is what I say. This is what everybody says. Let there be a normal, legal way for people to come. This country can absorb people. That's not a doubt. But look at what is happening on the immigration front. For reasons of humanity, now all those illegal immigrants have become a law and order problem. And it's a fact. I live in New York City, New York area, New York, California, all the places where these illegal people are coming, who have broken the border. They're all able-bodied people. They're given money. Thousands of dollars are spent. They pay $500 for the five-star hotel to stay. It is creating a ruckus in the system. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was, they did discuss substantive issues, deficit, bringing efficiency and accountability in the government. That was talked about, which never is discussed by the Democratic Party, because for them, big government is the solution. Whereas everybody in America knows government is not the solution to the problems. People solve their own problems. So this is what is important for us to bear in mind. Now, the one other thing which I wanted to talk to you about was the hypocrisy that goes on. Everybody is talking about Trump, 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 as if he's a liar or a thief. This is very important. That is turning people's mind, because there comes a point in time When you overhear something, you have a problem. It becomes a problem. So one thing which I wanted to definitely say is that this election for United States is very critical. I've said this before. All elections have ramifications, but this election has a clear challenge for America. Should Kamala Harris win, you are looking at this country becoming forever a socialist communist country with apologies to everybody else for them their problems, and America will be apologetic to everybody else for their problems. Or the choice is going the path of freedom in Trump regime, bringing America. I think the slogan of "Make America Great Again" is not a pompous declaration. It is important. This country is not the country I came to in 1991. I can say that. This country is in real trouble, financially and every sense of the word. This is what is critical for people to understand. We know people give an arm and a leg to come to America. This is not the country you would want to come to. I don't want to say this to anybody because I'm nobody to comment on anybody's situation who wants to come here. But this is not the country, very opportune time to come here because you are looking at education system where it has been taken over by woke elements to such an extent that California has passed a law signed by Governor Newsom that if your children want to do gender change, parents will not be notified. Remember that. The agenda is very clear. Take your children away. Your child is not your child. It belongs to the state. And that's the agenda, the communist agenda, which is very, very prominent around the world. Which is being peddled. This is very important. Those people under whose dispensation you and I will not have any freedom, they are talking about protecting freedom. Think about it. It's a very serious issue. It's not a laughing matter. The communists, the socialists, the Marxists, the Islamists, they will not give you any freedom worth your salt to enjoy because they will take away your freedom. Today, these people are using freedom as the fault line of democracy. Everybody is being targeted and attacked. So that's what it is important. Many issues were talked about, very serious conversation on no nuclear war. They talked about clean energy, how nuclear energy can provide cleaner energy than many other, very expensive options. And very important, law and order. There is no law and order in many parts of the world, wherever these elements are trying to control. So I think Elon Musk did the American people and the world a big favor by giving voice to the candidate who is right of center. It's very interesting that people are complaining that he's giving platform to a liar. But remember one thing, Kamala Harris did not consent to come on Fox, the only conservative channel which was supposed to be hosting, and they invited Kamala Harris. And Democratic candidates do not go on Fox channel, as if Fox is the enemy of the state. But they have ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, CNBC, the whole 99 CNN, all 99 yards of the media control, but they will not come on Fox One channel. That is freedom? Is that being fair? Think about it from that perspective. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was a historic media play by Mr. Trump. It will definitely give him some kind of a coverage which he missed out totally earlier on. And to that end, the battle may be fairer than we thought before. And in all fairness to Elon Musk, he has invited Kamala Harris to come for a similar dialogue. Let's see if she does. Thank you very much. As I always say, Satyameva Jayate, for truth to triumph, we all have to stand up and fight for it. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and support our channel. Thank you.